Hey everybody, Dr. McVeer here. Just wanted to do a quick overview of our first module for EDU 106, New Literacies for Lifetime Learning. And in this module, we're really exploring the history of literacy and trying to understand how it evolved over time and what's happening now as we introduce all these new social media tools that have us mixing in pictures and images and words. So what is the future of literacy and what is the past of literacy? And mainly, how would you define what it means to be a literate person as a social practice? Um, for a long time, we've looked at literacy as kind of a set of cognitive tools, something that is passed from one person to the other. I see it more as a cultural practice. It's not really strategy instruction, but strategy exchange as we look for ways to make meaning. And meaning making can't really be separated from the culture and the space in which it happens. The memories are sparked by events, the words, the meanings. They're all influenced by who we are and where we've been and where we want to go with our words. So let's look quickly at what you have to accomplish in this module. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And hopefully now you are looking at our first module, and it's connected right on our page here. So you have a few readings. Now, we are going to be annotating chapters 1 and 2 of Dana Boyd's It's Complicated. That is using the hypothesis tool, and I will show you how that works. So there's a couple of things you can do. First is if you're using Chrome, you can install the Chrome plugin. So you just click on the book link, and then when it loads, if you have the extension installed, you'll see there's already 246 annotations on this PDF. You can then click that button, and it will load the page, and you will be able to annotate and read as you go. So if I were to go down to chapter 1, which is you're only assigned to read chapters 1 and 2, you can then go ahead and see some of the annotations by clicking over here. You can see what other people have written and what has been signed on. So I can sign in here. And then I can then go ahead and annotate and reply to other annotations. If you see here, there's already a reply. So you can reply to other annotations. You can make annotations through the whole tool. Now, what if you use Google Chrome or, Firefox? Well, what you can do then is take the link to the reading, go to the hypothesis website, and stick it right into this link here and say annotate. So that's how you will annotate chapters 1 and 2 of It's Complicated by Dana Boyd. And that work is really her study of how teens use social media and what's different about it and what has changed in terms of our identity and meaning-making practices. If you have any questions about the annotations, there are tutorials available on the class website and on the class stream. Your other task is to create a timeline of the history of literacy and then to draw some conclusions about that. So when we look at the readings that you have besides Boyd, so I'm going to share my screen again. These here for Barron, and then Oral Path, and then Hamilton and History of the World, Those are all just sources that you can use in your timeline about the history of literacy. What I'm looking for is find when we learned as a society to read and write. When in history did that happen? Then track inventions such as the computer, the typewriter, the printing press on the timeline. When did those happen and what were the big implications for humanity based on those tools? So how do you make this timeline? Well, we're going to use a tool called Timeline.js. And I'm going to do a quick tutorial. So if you click on Make a Timeline, there is a Google spreadsheet template. So I'm going to hit the template, and I'm going to say, use this template. All right, and now I can then change in the events of this timeline. And just as a quick example, I will just do my birthday. 1977, May 13th. And there's no end date because it was my birth date. And then I will say John Gregory Berry Jr. arrives. And then I can then put in my text here. And then I can add in different images and media credits here. So I'll go look for a picture of me. I'll grab this one here. Copy the image address. Throw it back over into, oops. Throw it back into here. Change my optional little credit there. And I will say my Google Plus profile photo. And these are all optional here. You can do title or era, an era if it was, if you wanted to do it over a period of time, or just leave it blank. So you would do that for all the roles. And then when you're done, let's see what Timeline says to do. Now under the File menu, select Publish to the Web. So I will go and say File, Publish to the Web. And what should I do? It says I just hit publish. Yep, so I publish that to the web, and then I get a link. I'm going to copy that link and paste it in there. Now it says that I have a timeline, and you can see a preview of it right there. And that's it. That's how easy it is to make this timeline. All you have to do is take this code here and bring that over onto your blog and post it. So I could take this, I can go over to my blog, write a new post, click on, see what I did there? I'm switching to the plain text editor, not the rich text editor. Rich text editor means you get this WYSIWYG editor. What you see is what you get editor. So I'm going to click over to plain text and copy in that iframe, right? And that's it. I could then hit publish, and you will see it load right there. So that's how you make the timeline. So that's the major performance assessment, is making that timeline. Your other tasks this module are to really just post your is to publish 2 blog posts each week. One of those should be on the readings, and one of those can be on any topic you want related to literacy and technology or just life in general. You have to do those 2 each week. And we will be playing with these during class when we meet. And you can always stop by the optional drop-in design studios on Wednesdays. If you have any questions, just zap me an email or find me on Twitter at jgmac1106. Thanks all. Bye.